Hi guys, so let's take a look at YouTube and setting up YouTube ads through the Google Ads interface. So I probably don't need to tell you obviously how huge YouTube is, how big the audience is. You know, there's a million different benefits to why you'd want to use YouTube ads specifically. Obviously it's a very visual platform. You know, you can bring your ads to life, I guess, with video content. It's very exciting. There's a lot of different things you can do with YouTube ads. It's got very advanced over the years. There's so many different options available to us from YouTube ads and what we can do through the Google Ads interface in order to advertise with YouTube. So before we get started today, I just want to kind of talk a little bit about the different options that you have for advertising through YouTube ads. There's various different ad formats. There's a lot of things you can do. Today we're going to be focusing on kind of what I'd call the basic setups of YouTube ad campaigns. So we're going to be looking at the likes of your skippable in-stream ads and your non-skippable in-stream ads. And then obviously there is other areas that are more, you know, potentially not used as an initial setup, but you should definitely be looking at. We're not going to cover those in this video today, but it is something that you should be aware of. So you've got things like your video discovery ads, you've got your masthead ads, you've got bumper ads, all these different things that are available to you for YouTube. So in terms of the things that we're going to be talking through today, let's just talk a little bit about the kind of technicalities before I go into showing you the screen share and exactly how you would set up the YouTube ads campaign. So for the likes of skippable in-stream ads, it's kind of in the name, but this format basically, it's best to be used for kind of video content that you have that you want to promote either before, during or after other videos on YouTube. Okay, so skippable in-stream ads, basically they either play before, during or after the videos. After 5 seconds the viewer has the option to skip the ad. So you will have seen this yourself before. You know, you'll go onto YouTube, you'll search for something, you're about to watch a video, something else, which is the ad, will come on beforehand, and after the 5 seconds you get that button in the bottom right hand corner that says skip ads. So that's basically Google Ads skippable in-stream ads. So it gives the user the opportunity to kind of skip past your ad. So skippable in-stream ads basically appear on YouTube watch pages and across websites and apps that run on Google Video Partner sites. The way it works from a spend perspective is you pay when a viewer watches 30 seconds of your video or the full duration of the video if it's shorter than 30 seconds. So for example, if your video was 20 seconds and someone watched that full video, you get charged after they watch the full video. You can also be charged if someone interacts with your video, so whichever one comes first. So if they kind of click through on a call to action, for example, you'll be charged then as well. And that's CPV bidding, so it's cost per view bidding. And then the other types of bidding that you can do, CPV is usually kind of the go-to, but you can actually do target CPM, maximize conversions, and target CPA, in which you'll pay based on impressions that you receive. So the other format that we want to look at as well is going to be the non-skippable in-stream ads, and that again is in the name, so it's the opposite of skippable. These ads a user cannot skip. So non-skippable in-stream ads, you know, it's the same situation as skippable. You're going to promote it before, during or after other videos that are on YouTube, but you want viewers to kind of see your whole video, everything that you want to see, without the option of skipping it. So non-skippable in-stream ads have to be 15 seconds or shorter, otherwise you can't upload it, and that's the criteria for it, and that gives it, that allows it so that the viewer doesn't have the option to skip. Again, you will have seen that potentially if you've used YouTube, that you've seen an ad, and you know, sometimes it can be frustrating if you see an ad that's not relevant to you. So obviously we'll talk about targeting later, but you know, if you see an ad, it's not relevant to you, you're not interested, but you don't have that option to skip. You've got to sit through 15 seconds or whatever the video length is before you actually get onto the content that you were looking for. So that is the non-skippable variation ad format for YouTube. And again, non-skippable, they show across YouTube videos and websites and any apps running on the Google Video Partners. Non-skippable ads use a target CPM bidding, so you are basically paying based on impressions, so a cost per 1,000 impressions. The real kind of goals behind these formats, YouTube, non-skippable, skippable, is going to be kind of your brand awareness and your reach. You know, you're doing that to kind of get your messaging out there, get your brand out there. So there's a few different considerations that you should think about when creating your content for your YouTube ads. So we'll look at that in a little bit more detail later. So just looking into how to go ahead and set this up. So to get started, if you want to pop on over to your Google Ads interface, and it's the same as you ever would, you're going to click on the new campaign button option. Don't worry about selecting a goal right now, you can if you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and create it without the guidance of the goal. So today, instead of going down the search option, we are going down the video option. So we're creating a video campaign type. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a lot of different options available for YouTube advertising. So, you know, there's these other areas. You've got drive conversions, ad sequence, shopping, all this. But we're going to look at kind of the custom video campaign. And there's the non-skippable here, which we just talked about. I'm going to click on custom so I can show you what the skippable in-stream ad looks like. And this also covers if you were to be running bumper of video discovery ads as well. But today I'm going to talk you through the skippable in-stream setup. So continue through. So it's going to be the same as any other campaign that you've set up before. You're going to give it a name. So I'm just going to call this YouTube test, for example. So it's got me bid strategy here, maximum CPV, or you can switch it to target CPM. I'm going to put it on a max CPV for now. Feel free obviously to change your bidding strategy in line with what you feel fits you best. And then with YouTube, you're going to have a campaign total budget here. So this is really helpful actually, because it's good in terms of, you know, managing your budgets. You won't kind of get that overspend risk because you're not setting a daily budget. You can drop down and change it to a daily, but normally for a YouTube I always set it to a campaign total. So let's just say we've got £1,000. What we're going to do is we're going to pop in with start and end date. So if we were starting the YouTube campaign today, we'd have it today, or you can actually choose a date in the future. So let's say I want this to run from Monday, for example, and I want it to run until the end of September. So I'm popping that end date. And then what I'll do is Google will automatically calculate how much you'll be spending per day based on the dates that you've popped in. So £1,000 campaign total is similar to about £25.64 a day for 39 days. So that's telling you exactly how much you're going to be spending on average per day over this campaign duration. So now obviously you've got the networks options. I leave these all in. You can choose to opt out of, you know, YouTube videos, for example, but you need to stay. I recommend you stay with all these settings left on. So the location, whatever location that you want to target, I'm going to leave it as the UK for me. You can pop in a specific language as well. Typically I would say that whatever video content language, whatever the language is in the video, is what I would suggest your language setting is for Google Ads. So if your video is in Spanish, pop it in Spanish. If it's in Chinese, whatever it may be, just make it kind of relevant. You can leave it as all languages, but I'm going to pop it in as English because that's what my video is in, just to try and keep that relevance there. Okay, So moving on, we've got the inventory type. I always leave it as standard inventory. It's what's recommended. You can choose to have a look at the other two, limited or expanded. So it kind of just limits or broadens out where your content's liable to show. So have a read through those, and whether or not you want your videos to show. It's things kind of like your exclusion on sensitive content and things like that. So if you have a brand that's you need to be really careful with in terms of tone of voice and where things are appearing, you might want to go for a tighter targeting option. But if you don't, you might go for the recommended or expanded. And moving on, you've got straight into your ad group setup. So I'm going to go through and create a name for that. So I'm just going to call it ad group 1. Obviously name these as you always would, with a correct name and convention, so you know exactly what's in the campaign and ad group, and it's easy to manage for yourself. Demographics, so this is where you can kind of start targeting up your audience. So as I mentioned earlier on this video, you've probably been one of those people, you will have been, everybody has, who searches for something on YouTube, gets that non-skippable ad in front of the video that you're looking for, and it's frustrating because it's irrelevant to you, you're not interested in it, and you want to skip ahead but you can't. So this comes down to your targeting, and this is where you need to think about where your audience is, what are they looking for, and will they be interested in what you've got to say from your brand's perspective. So obviously everybody would love to think that everyone wants to sit and watch their brand ad and be engaged, but unfortunately that's not the case. We need to target the people that are relevant to our business and who's going to be engaged by the content that we're sharing. So this is where you can kind of drill down into your audience, and you're already going to have a really good understanding of who your audience are and exactly who you want to get in front of. So there's loads of ways in which you can target through YouTube, similar to what we'd have through kind of search audience targeting and kind of GDN style targeting. But you've got your basics, you've got your demographics, you've got your audience segments, etc. So you can go ahead and start adding in your target in which you want to attract. So for example, I might only want to get in front of people who are, 18 to 44, because I know that typically that's who engage best with my brand. I want to get more people like that. It might be that, there's always going to be that category of unknown as well. Some people choose to leave this in because, you don't know, you might want to target those as well. But if you want your targeting to be quite strict, stick to the stuff that you know. So I might take off the unknown from the gender. Parents or non-parent stint doesn't really make a difference to me, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. Then you've got your targeting in terms of kind of keywords, topics, placements, etc. So you might want to do some keyword targeting. I might want to put in PPC or learn, Google ads, whatever it might be. You can pop in keyword targeting. You've got topics that you can target, so same as all Google's kind of predefined audience lists, so different topics. So I might put in, business, for example. This is just a really quick example of what I might target. Obviously I want to make sure that you guys at home are doing some real research around who your audiences are and how you want to target those. It's also important as well that obviously you've got different ad groups, so this is just ad group 1. Don't feel like every different type of targeting method needs to be housed into one. You should be breaking out your targeting so you can understand which audiences work best. Yeah. So moving on to your bidding, you've got your maximum CPV. So this is how much you are willing to bid per view. So you can pop in, what you feel is a realistic bid for you. So I'm going to pop in £2 for per view. It might be that YouTube is often, obviously you're going to get a lot more exposure for kind of a lower cost, but it might be that you get it for 10 pence, you might get it for 30 pence, you might get it for 2 pence, you may get it for 1 pence, whatever it is, but make sure you have a kind of CPV, a maximum CPV that you're willing to go to in order to get that view. Just to note that if you do max like target CPM button, that's cost per 1,000 views. So remember that your bid here is going to be a lot higher. I would put like a baseline of £10 in, for example, for a CPM model. Okay, so then on to setting up the actual video ad. So this is where we're going to create your ad, and this is what's going to show on YouTube in front of or between or after other video content on the YouTube interface. So you need to put your YouTube URL in for this. So that's just going back to your whatever video it is that you want to promote. So I'm just gonna grab this off screen, just pick a video, and then I'm gonna pop it the link of that video. So if you click onto a video on YouTube, whatever the URL is for that, you can just copy and paste it into here. There we go, boom, done. So I've got a Google Ads account set up. I'm going to advertise that. Yeah, and what it starts to do is it'll show you what it's going to look like here on the right hand side. So this is how it'll look on YouTube. So the video format that I want is going to be skippable in stream, which is what we've been talking about. And you can see here what it's going to look like on YouTube, on a mobile, on a desktop, on a tablet and a desktop. So you can just scroll through those and have a little look. So this is where you need to start putting in your information about what you want people to see on the ad, what action you want them to take, and where you want them to land when they click on an ad. So for my case, if somebody sees my ad on YouTube, I want them to kind of take the action of, so you can click this call to action button here. And the annoying thing I have to say about YouTube ads is it is very restrictive in terms of the character count. So you can see here your headline's 10 and your call to action's 10 and your headline's 15. So your call to action is going to go here, your headline's going to be this bit here. Excuse me. So it can be really frustrating if you've got quite an enticing call to action and it doesn't fit. So try and think of something that's short, snappy, the usual kind of book now, get in touch, whatever it may be. So I'm going to just put book now as my call to action. So you can see it's changed here to book now. And then my headline might be Lynn with, I know freelancer success won't fit, so I might just put F2S. Yeah, so that fits, and you've got it there, Lynn with F2S. So you can see what the kind of how the ad's going to start looking as you start filling in this information. So your final URL is going to be where you want people to direct to if they actually click on your link. So I'd want them to go to my website. So I'm just going to copy the website details and I'm going to pop that final URL in there. Now your display URL comes here, and this you can edit slightly. So you might want to get rid of the www dot, so you can see it shortens there. You might want to get rid of the .co.uk, and then it's a little bit more pretty on the eyes, I guess, if it's not kind of being cut off. So just remember your display URL you can play around with a little bit. Your final URL has to be obviously where you're sending your traffic to, so make sure that that's correct. And then you've got the options for companion banners. I'm not going to go into this in detail on this video, but it can be auto-generated by using your using your channel banner, and that's what's recommended by Google anyway. But you know, some people do wish to create kind of a bespoke companion banner to go with their ad. So that's the setup, pretty basic and straightforward. So you can go around and play around with that. You can click on this preview ad on YouTube. So if you click this, it'll open up what it's going to look like. So
hi guys.
this
okay,
is
so
a link to basically
navigate
my video, and that's where it's going to go to. And then just name your ad. You can keep it as ad 1, or you can name it based on what you've put in. So you might call it book now Lynn with F2S, so that when you're analysing your data later, you can see quite quickly which ad messaging is working better for you. So that's going to be the setup for you. So once you've created the campaign, I'm going to click cancel at this point because I don't actually want to go ahead and create this campaign. But once you've gone through and done it, it'll obviously be ready to go depending on your start dates that you've done. It'll go through the normal approval process that Google Ads always has. So just keep an eye on everything and make sure that there's no disapprovals for any reason, and everything's all legitimate. You can then go ahead and kind of jump into that campaign and create additional ad groups with different targeting, different ads, etc., and just keep testing all your different formats until you get what you want from your YouTube campaign. So thanks for watching, guys. Good luck with your YouTube setup. Drop us a note in the comments about how you get on. And just really quickly before we go, I just want to show you, and I'm going to drop this link in the notes as well, just what a YouTube video that's really useful if you want to ever run bumper ads. So it's a different ad format on the YouTube ads interface. So if you ever want to run bumper ads, there's this link here, 20 great bumper ads for YouTube, and it just gives you a kind of an indication of what you should be doing with your content creation from a video perspective when you're creating things like bumper ads. So these are 6-second ads, so it shows you how much you can kind of get in 6 seconds and what impact that has as well. So I'll drop that in the notes for you, and check it out because it is really interesting, really fun to watch, and might give you some creative ideas. Hi guys, for non-skippable YouTube, so it's exactly the same kind of process. You're going to click through, you're going to create your new campaign video, and then you're going to click down on the second option, which is non-skippable. Now the main thing that I just need to show you really quick here is you're going to go through the same process of creating your campaign. Obviously, as we discussed before, your bid strategy is going to be target CPM. You don't have that CPV option that you do with the skippable in-stream ads. So that's going to be automatically set. So set in your campaign total again, put your start and end dates, whatever they might be, and then go through all your settings and just make sure it's all as it should be. Just create your ad group name, etc. Your targeting, remember your target CPM, so this is cost per 1,000 views, so it's not going to be really low like it is with the CPV target. So remember to kind of put in a figure that you feel is relevant for you and your what you can kind of go to. I always kind of put it in around £8, maybe 10, depends on who I'm doing it for, what client, etc., how much budget they've got. It always gives you a recommended budget as well, so it says £5.91, so you might want to just pop it in at 6. So the main thing that you need to focus on here is the video length. So because this is a non-skippable, users are not able to skip past your ad. Your content for your video needs to be, I think it's 7 to 15 seconds long. So if we pop in a URL just to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to put in my video that I had before and it won't allow it. So there you go, again, error straight away. This video is too long. Choose a video that's 7 to 15 seconds. So straight away, it gives you that limitation. You have to make sure that your video ad that you want to advertise through your YouTube ads campaign is 7 to 15 seconds long, and then you'll go through and kind of pop in your information like you would before, so your call to action, etc., and then create your campaign as you would with the skippable variation. So thanks for that, guys. Good luck setting up.